In this series of interviews, I went throughout Mill River and interviewed various teachers and administrators and asked them the following question. What is the one book, movie, or experience that has significantly influenced your life, and how has it shaped you? The answers I received were very varied, and my first interview was with the Mill River Superintendent, Brian Hill. What is the one book, movie, or experience that has significantly influenced your life, and how has it shaped you?
I would say one of my favorite books is East of Eden by John Steinbeck, and I've probably read it, 5 times at least at this point in time. Read it in high school, and the piece of it that has always stuck with me and has always brought me back to this book is the idea that you can look at the world maybe two different ways. You can look at the world as everything happening to you and being external and always being something else sort of driving your life and whether you're happy or not. Or you can look at the world as you have choice, and the choices you make are really what determine your happiness in your life and the world around you. And from that point in time, to today, which is a lot of years, I've really tried to live by that idea of, don't blame the world for how you feel. Make choices that change the world to be the world you want it to be. So that's been a powerful thing in my life, I think. So that's why I love that book.
My next interview was with the Mill River Assistant Superintendent, Jodie Stewart-Ruck. What is the one book, movie, or experience that has significantly influenced your life, and how has it shaped you?
So I would have to say it's the book Up the Down Staircase, which is a book that was written in the 1960s about a public school in New York City. And I read it when I was 22. And when I read it, I was shocked about some of the funny but systemic problems with public schools. And at the time I thought, wow, these things could be so easily fixed. And as I've spent the last 24 years in public schools, I've realized that things are not as easy as a 20-something thinks they are to fix. But I have just learned that my entire life is shaped by a passion for two things. The first one is kids. I want to spend the rest of my life hanging out with kids because they're the best. And the second one is looking at systems. Systems are so much more complex than you think they are, and always working within systems to try to figure out the best way to support teachers and kids is what I want to do with my life.
My next interview was with the Mill River principal, Dr. Sean Robinson. What is the one book, movie, or experience that has significantly influenced your life, and how has it shaped you?
Experience? When I was a junior in high school, we got a new English teacher. Her name was Mrs. Sturgill, and she was a former Miss New Hampshire. And in a very small rural town, the lady who showed up wearing lots of nice makeup and really nice clothes was something that people had a really hard time understanding. And so she gave everyone in class a nickname. Mine was Doc. And I have to this day never understood where that nickname came from at all, and is one of the reasons why I became a teacher, and is also one of the reasons I completed a doctorate, was because I wanted the nickname Doc.
My next interview is with the Mill River Union High School Assistant Principal, Karyn Stannard. What is the one book, movie, or experience that has significantly influenced your life, and how has it shaped you?
So when I was in college, I had an opportunity to go to the island of Jamaica, and I went 2 years in a row for a month each time. And what we did, it was all volunteer, and I went with a group of 10 other students, and we helped to build a basic school that was started 5 years prior by the college I went to, which was Johnson State College in Vermont. And when I went to Jamaica, before I had gone there, I had never seen so much poverty in my life. And when I went there, I worked with a lot of Jamaicans, with the kids, the grown-ups, the community members, and I learned how easy it is to be happy with nothing. A lot of they were the happiest people I'd ever met in my life, and they really, truly had nothing. They lived in I'm thinking we're sitting here in my office right now. There was probably a family of 7 that lived in a shack about the size of my office with 2 beds that they rotated who slept in the bed, and they cooked outside. So I just learned really how much volunteering meant to me and how I can really make a difference in the world. The other thing when I was there is I volunteered in an orphanage, which was very powerful as well because I worked with children who really, really had nothing. And it was so sad, but it just made me realize, first of all, like how important it is to give back to society and to our community, and that we can make a difference in the world by our actions.
My next interview is with Mill River Union High School Secretary Mary Bride. What is the one book, movie, or experience that has significantly influenced your life, and how has it shaped you?
That's a tough one. The one book experience. I would say that having my mother-in-law live with us for 30 years taught me a lot about respect and patience and dignity.
My next interview is with the Mill River Union High School band teacher, jazz teacher, and Tri-Am advisor, Peter Roach. What is the one book, movie, or experience that has significantly influenced your life, and how has it shaped you?
Wow, Cabot. Boom. The one book, movie, or experience. I would say that as a whole, it's hard. One experience. Me working at Okemo Mountain, going from not having ever skied or snowboarded realistically to getting a job there, and then teaching myself how to snowboard, and then it becoming part of my life, to working, to traveling, to competing, to all over the world, and working with high-end snowboarders and sharing that love is probably one of the biggest things. And it's a longer situation, but working at Okemo and getting a job there as early as 14 was one of the biggest changes in my life trajectory I've ever had.
My final interview was with one of the Mill River Union High School English teachers, Carrie Clancy. What is the one book, movie, or experience that have significantly influenced your life, and how has it shaped you?
I recently read a book called White Rural Rage right before the election, which helped me better understand other people and why some people are voting the way they're voting and feel marginalized. And it just helped me get a better understanding of something that is still a relevant topic in my life today.